Hey, what's up, VC? Coming at you again with, I think it is my 5th video. Still talking about my record collection, the type of records that I'm into, where I got them, and if I remember how much I paid for them. Now, in my last videos, I talked about my purge pile. Those are records that I no longer want to keep, that I'm willing to sell or trade off. And I have 5 from my current purge pile because I sold my last purge pile. So, this is the first one. And this is a reissue of the 1967 George Benson cookbook. And what I want to make mention about this one is the first track, The Cooker. That one's heat. That is a track, but the rest are kind of that late 60s mod soulful sound that I'm really not feeling, so that one's going. Next is the 1970s double LP Gatefold Jazz Time USA compilation, best of Bob Thiele's classic jam sessions of the 50s. Now, we got some players on this. You got Horace Silver, Billy Taylor, Tony Scott, Mary Lou Williams. So there's music on here, and I did listen to it one last time just in case there was something I was missing, but I'm letting it go. Next is the 1975 Earth, Wind & Fire Live double LP Gatefold, and as you can see, that's how much I paid for it, $2.99 at a thrift store. This is my last Earth, Wind & Fire record. I've purged all of them, and I guess it's just not music that I'm willing to keep. So I will say their version of Sun Goddess on this record is heat. But and there's a lot of jazz influence on this. It makes sense because of Maurice White, who played drums for Ramsey Lewis. It's a good record, but it's going. Next is Radio 1978, and super funky, and there are 2 tracks on this record that I really like, and that's What You Waiting For and Rock On. And now it comes down to, would you keep a record because of 2 songs? And I'm willing to let this go because I don't think so. And another record that there's 2 songs that I really like is Roger Unlimited. This is Roger Troutman from Zapp. The song everyone will know is I Want to Be Your Man. That's wicked. And there's a song Private Lover. Sounds like it was produced by Prince. Amazing funky song, but again, are 2 tracks worth keeping a record. Now, I am going to keep some Roger Troutman Zapp records, and this is the first one that I'm hanging on to. And this is Zapp, their Zapp 1. And everyone will know More Bounce to the Ounce, Freedom, Brand New Player, Funky Bounce. And anybody that likes West Coast hip-hop, this was the blueprint for that early G-Funk sound. Amazing. And I think I got this on eBay, including shipping, for $14. Can't beat that. Next is Zapp 2. I think 1982 is this one. This is an original Canadian press, and I got this at Play the Record in Toronto. The original Play the Record that was on Yonge Street, and I got this for $5. It has dance floor, doo-wah-diddy, a touch of jazz. Really good tracks on this one. Anybody who collects jazz music must have some kind of Blue Notes in their collection. And I've noticed that Blue Note represses are affordable. And I'm going to show you a couple of my Blue Note represses, and I got them for a good price. First one is Nuke's Time by Sonny Rollins. This one has Wynton Kelly, Doug Watkins, Philly Joe Jones, and again, it's a Rudy Van Gelder. This sounds amazing. And I got this, I think, including shipping, for about $14 to Canada. So Amazing. Next is The Thing to Do, Blue Mitchell, another repress. And this one, though, I got for $10 Canadian, including shipping, which is amazing, but they said there was a slight warp on it. And I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. There is. But the cool thing is it doesn't affect play. And until that day that I get one of those unwarping machines, it's going to stay like this, but it plays, no skips. And definitely the standout is Chick's Tune. This was actually the record that introduced Chick Corea to the world. And he's on piano, and his song that he produced, Chick's Tune, is amazing. He tears it up. Next, I have the last reissue I'm going to show from Blue Note, and a lot of people have this. This is definitely used as an audio reference record for a lot of people. Just the sound is insane. Midnight Blue by Kenny Burrell. He's on guitar, but you have Stanley Turrentine on tenor sax. Kenny's on guitar. Major Hawley on bass. Billy English on drums, and Ray Barretto on congas. And just an amazing record. But I will say this is mainly blues. I classify it as a blues record. And kind of sticking in that vein of blues, we got Three Shades of Blue, 1970 by Johnny Hodges on Polydor. And this is an amazing record. I got this for $2. I had to dig for it, but I found it. And there's a song, Disillusion Blues. Man, it's funny, it's wicked. I could listen to that song over and over. Another fusion, and it kind of says right in the title, John Mayall, Jazz Blues Fusion. And this one was performed and recorded live in Boston, New York. I forget the year, 1972. And you have players like Blue Mitchell's on this, on trumpet, Clifford Solomon on sax, Freddie Robinson guitar, Larry Taylor bass guitar, and there's definitely this one track, Change Your Ways, funky, funky, funky. You gotta hear that. And $2 record. The only thing it does this, it's not a gatefold, but it does that. So that's why it was $2, but the record's super clean. Another fusion is Tito Puente and his Latin ensemble with Phil Wood, Salsa Meets Jazz. And in Kingston, anytime you see this sticker, there was a fella named Don Robinson. And he always put his stickers on his records. And you'll find them all over the place. But he had good taste. So anytime I see that sticker, I know it's something to check out. And this was another $2 record. Had to dig amongst thousands of records at a local antique mall. But $2, can you believe this? I would say it's less jazz and more heavier salsa. But man, amazing. And that's on the Concord Picante label. Sticking with the Latin vibes, and this one I got at the Kingston Symphony record show, $4, Celia and Johnny. Celia Cruz and Johnny Pacheco, everyone would probably know the track, it's the lead track off this, Kimbara, and heavy salsa, 1974 I believe, gatefold, and the sound on this is amazing. Just amazing. And I know they reissued this on Fania Records later. Anytime you see a Fania, I always grab it. They're salsa, boogaloo, cha-cha-cha. Next I'm going to show a couple of my 12-inch singles. I always try to show a couple of them, and the first one, staying with that Latin vibe, is Rude Girl. But the track that I wanted to point out that's on the second side is El General to Putuntun. And This is kind of, he does the Spanish version of Shabarank's early 90s, late 80s dancehall reggae track. Amazing. And I got this for $1. Next single, anyone who loves hip hop will know this song. Hip Hop Junkies, Nice and Smooth. What year is that? 91. And I was wondering who produced this because the track is so hot. And I was glad to see it was produced by Greg Nice and Smooth B. So they did their own production. Last 12-inch single I'm going to show is, and you can probably tell who that is, Nasty Nas. And unfortunately, the label, that is the label. That's all you see, so you don't really know what song it is. This was included in a batch of records I bought from a military guy. He was an ex-DJ. Wife wanted the records out of the house, so I got a few of his 12-inch records, and he was into that early 90s hip-hop, and this is the single for It Ain't Hard to Tell. And it uses the sample to Michael Jackson's Human Nature, 1994, I believe, this one. And that brings us to the record itself. Nas Illmatic, 1994 classic. From start to finish, amazing. You got the biggest producers, Q-Tip, Pete Rock, Large Professor, the list goes on. Everybody was on this record. And you have songs like New York State of Mind, Life's a Bitch, The World Is Yours, Halftime. And I wish I had the original cover. I do like the original artwork, but I got this for, geez, it was under $14, including shipping to Canada, just because of that little nick there. Amazing. And it came with this little guy. Still haven't used it, but the digital download. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for listening. Hit that like and subscribe button if you still want to hear and see videos like this. I'm just talking about my record collection. So thanks for joining me. See ya.